The Reaper, The Maelstrom, and The Thief is a Dungeons & Dragons show by RollCast intended for mature audiences. It contains mature themes, strong language, violence, and drug references. Full content warnings can be found in the episode's description.
Hello and welcome back to another instalment of The Reaper, The Maelstrom, and The Thief. As ever, I am your DM, Tom. Much appreciated, guys. And unsurprisingly, as ever, we have JB.
Hey.
Coogan.
Alright.
And Gaz.
Hello.
I panicked.
All the way from Scotland today.
Yeah. Gaz coming in from quite a distance away now from the mountains of Scotland.
From Lochleven.
Bless you.
It's not Lochleven, I'm just capping on to any of the words, so it's a lock anyway.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's too dark now, but there's mountains there. It's quite amazing.
The night sky outside.
Well, we've got quite a lot to recap from last session. It was quite a talky one last time round, so we will just jump straight into the recap before getting back on with our adventures. So, when we last left our group, Rag's confession had essentially split the party, with Gregor and Iyvak both leaving him in the financial district. As he was preparing to leave, he realised that there was a more pressing matter to hand and pulled Arja to one side. He convinced Arja to tell him how to get into the dark area, despite having the means to himself, and together they descended below Salt Harbour to the dark area itself. Once there, Rag informed Arja that Iyvak may become a problem for them, as the monk had various ways of finding out the truth. Surprisingly though, Arja was not concerned, or at least, not concerned for himself or the other denizens of the dark area. He did, however, tell Rag that if he was concerned for himself, then there were numerous shops that he could try in order to alter his own memory, essentially changing what Rag's truth would be. And so Rag visited the first shop, Mega Scientia, where he met a scatterbrained mage named Robert Chesterlake. Although Rag had a little trouble explaining what he needed, mainly due to Robert's own forgetfulness, eventually he was sold a modified memory potion, something which would enable him to change his own recollection of events. Happy, he left, but not before remembering how exhausted he was. He then bartered with Robert for a potion of vitality, and ended up trading it for a rare potion, along with some additional gold. He also asked Robert if he had anything that would work on modifying the memory of a dragon, as he had realised that even if his memory changed, Bimit, who was currently nowhere to be found, would remain the same. Unfortunately for Rag, Robert had no such item, but did direct him to Balor's Ruin, another magic shop which might be able to help him. As this was going on, Iyvak had decided to scout out the perimeter of Salt Harbour in order to find any ingress points, or to find more information in order to formulate a strategy for the smuggling mission. After some time, his investigation paid off, and he found some loose slats on the fencing near the docks, something that he believed may save them some time during the mission. Satisfied, he headed back to the Baneful Squid in order to rest up for the night. Unbeknownst to him, Gregor had already arrived back at the Baneful Squid and had spent some time contemplating Cyric's words. As he racked his head trying to think of someone who knew magic, he suddenly remembered running into Nezi-Ud and Vesh Crystalhuter earlier that day, and decided that the Turtle would probably be the best call for something like this. As he exited, he literally ran into Iyvak, who agreed to accompany him to the Crystal Tower, but only if they had a discussion regarding Rag first. A discussion that revolved solely around what they would do with him if they discovered he had lied during his confession, with Iyvak prepared to kill or hand Rag into the authorities, and Gregor taking a more lenient approach due to Rag saving him, and simply suggesting booting him out of the group. With their discussion finished, they left and headed to the Crystal Tower. For Gregor, this was his first time there, and he stood in awe of it. This soon turned to frustration, though, as he struggled to climb the smooth glass stairs. Eventually, though, he managed to make his way up and met with Nezzy once more. After explaining his predicament, he was informed that although Nezzy had knowledge relating to the new mind crystals, he didn't of other arcane arts, though Gregor might have a bit more luck discussing his issue with Amrius Reap. Before they left, Nezzy also regaled them with a slight bit of history behind the new mind crystals and their powers. Back in the dark area, Rag had made his way to Balor's rune, and found himself confronted with a gruff, short-tempered dwarf, who was in the process of creating some runes, and did not wish to be disturbed. But disturb him Rag did, and eventually convinced him to look for a rune that could alter a creature's memory, or at least protect him against someone reading his mind. Unfortunately though, Balor had no such runes to hand, and would only be able to provide one within a day, which would be far too long for Rag to wait. Dejected, he headed out, and to the final shop that interested him, Catalusis. Though he only stayed inside for a minute, before deciding that the shop held nothing for him. Once again, outside, Rag pulled out the Modify Memory Potion and contemplated using it. After a few seconds, and a few more moments thinking, he downed the drink, and within a few minutes, he found that he had no recollection of the events that transpired between entering the locker room and returning back, though he did remember what he had told Iyvak and Gregor. With his task completed, he ascended back to the Salt Harbour, and managed to exit the statue without drawing attention to himself. On the other side of town, Gregor and Iyvak had begun their search for Amrius Reap, and after asking around a little bit, they discovered that he would most likely be back at the Baneful Squid at that time of day. On the way back, Gregor let Iyvak know that due to his help, he would in turn take part in the smuggling mission once more that evening. Once they were in the bar, the two of them found Amrius. After exchanging some pleasantries, Gregor brought up the subject of his altered memories, and asked the tiefling if he would have any items or knowledge that could help him with his current predicament. Although Amrius chewed out Iyvak slightly over the circumstances surrounding Gregor's memory loss, he did agree to help after the full details of the event had been explained. After some moments of thought, Amrius left for his manor in order to retrieve a rune that might be able to help restore Gregor's true memories. With that, Iyvak finally found the time to have his rest, and slept for a few hours. Whilst they waited for Amrius, Gregor left to find the blacksmiths and ran back into Rag, who was also heading that way. After making a quick excuse as to where he had been, they reached their destination. Once inside, Rag retrieved his new armour from Zelmus, and paid the rest of the payment. Additionally, Gregor also received his Sunblade, now with added blade and knuckle dusters. Once their business had concluded, they waited for Amrius back at the Baneful Squid, who gave Gregor a rune that, when activated outside of Salt Harbour, would restore his true memories. As they waited for evening to fall, Gregor rested up again, and Rag tried, in vain, to find Dimmer. With night now fallen, the group left Salt Harbour and began making their way to the mill. As they made their way there, Iyvak discussed his plan, and then used his monk's insight on Rag to try and pry the truth from him. However, due to his memory meddling, Rag did not tell him that he had intentionally set the fire, and managed to resist the compulsion to tell him that he had taken on the assassination contract. Finally relieved, Iyvak continued to the mill with the group. Although it took them a little time, an elf appeared with a crate and warned them not to open it, as the smell would be overwhelming. The elf then disappeared into the darkness, as the group were left with the crate in front of them and a large distance to cover behind them. And that is where we got up to last time, guys.
Do this! Do it! Come on!
Hey,
See,
enthusiasm there.
I was gonna
Is what
say.
you're saying in game?
just immediately alerts all the guards.
Immediately
around.
caught straight away. How do you want to do this, Tom?
How do I want to do this?
We can do this! Woo!
Well, you guys are currently stood outside of the mill with
Let's smuggle this stuff in.
with this large crate just like on the floor in front of you. It looks like two people will have to lift it up from the size of it.
I say, gentlemen, don't you think it's a bit weird them saying don't even check our stock before we take it into port?
Well, I do, but they did say that it's very smelly and it's not worth opening.
You think we should trust that on word?
Well, no. But do you think we should open it as well?
Well, it's only a smell. I mean, no offence, but I'm rather used to that, travelling with you two.
How powerful would the smell be, though? Is it going to travel?
Oh, yeah. What do you say? Caution to the wind and just smuggle in, regardless of what it is.
I reckon so, because we actually have a contract to do it, and if we open it up and find it's something that we don't want to take in, and then we don't, it might be worse for us. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to the idea of checking, but I just don't. But with the knowledge I've got of the wormwood,
I'm just looking at the night sky.
Well,
worried it might travel too far.
Well, we have two maybes. Maybe we have a divinative in Greg, or what would you say, Gregor?
Yeah, Gregor, what do you think?
Beautiful star. What? What do you say? I wasn't listening.
So he's not with us.
Well, maybe.
What was the question? What was the question? I wasn't listening.
Do you think we should open this crate to see what it is?
I just feel that it's a pungent smell. It's a bit of a strange thing to say.
Then, I think the only problem is if it is true and it does smell, everyone's going to smell it, and the guards will probably be on high alert for that, especially if it's illegal goods.
Wormwood is an extremely smelly substance. Do I know that? History?
Yeah, roll me a history check, please.
10.
Yeah. Remember what happened to
Realised
Joe?
what I was saying all that.
Mushrooms are real common in these parts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you've probably taken that from what I've explained to other people, potentially. So with a 10, you've heard people say that wormwood is incredibly smelly. You don't know that for a fact yourself. This is just kind of like second, third-hand knowledge to you, Rag.
I'm going to believe what the people have told me, though.
Fair enough. Should we just say out of sight, out of mind on this one and just get the job done?
I think so.
Can I reach into my pocket and pick out my ring to see if I can see it? My ring of invisibility?
That's a true point, actually. We can use magic out here.
You can.
Have anything that could maybe... I could maybe detect magic to see if there's any... Well, there is a spell on it, though, isn't there?
Just going on to you, Gregor, you pull out the ring and... Well, I say you pull it out. You feel around in your pocket for it. You feel a ring shape. You pull it out. You look at it, and you can't see anything. But you can feel it there in your hand.
Let's go. Perfect. I'm just going to do something, chaps. Just give me a minute, and I pull out the stone.
Yeah.
And with my sunblade, I use the knife on it and carve a big, massive backwards D with the line.
Okay.
Down it.
Roll me. Let me just double check something here.
I say, Greg, what's this? A rune of detection?
Nice.
Just roll me a dex, actually.
A dex 2.
Yeah, because it wouldn't quite fall under sleight of hand.
19.
So yeah, you pull out this rock, To Iyvak and Rag, it looks to you two that he's just pulled out this clump of stone. Takes out his sunblade, backwards D. It starts glowing It slightly starts glowing a pale blue colour.
I just look at Rag and Iyvak and say, "I'm getting my memories back." And I try and crush it with my hands.
What is that you've got there, Greg?
I just explained.
Maybe. Are you sure that's a good time?
As Rag is asking what it is, and as Iyvak is asking whether it's a good time or not, you just crush this stone in your hand,
God.
and you activate the runic magic.
Big explosion, right?
Fireworks.
Great Wormwood's destroyed.
You've been tricked by Amrius, he just wanted you out of the picture. Nothing happens for a second except there's kind of like a orb of blue light where the stone was. The stone kind of forced the floor, and then this pale blue light kind of shimmers a little bit, and then slowly lowers down onto the palm of your hand. It rests on it for a second before sinking into your skin. The blue light just shoots up your arm in kind of like thin little lines, reaching up towards your head.
Okay. Does it hurt or anything?
It's a warm sensation. It's slightly stinging, but it's not exactly painful. You can feel it, but it's not exactly awful.
I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it.
You feel it going up your neck, behind your ear, and you can feel it going towards your temple. It then feels like it's going towards the back end of your skull. You feel a sharp, searing pain.
You're on your own. I'm smuggling this box in.
You take
Let's
you
go,
take
Ivan.
you take 2 points of damage as the sharp pain hits you in the head. Your entire vision goes just pure white, and then it fades. All that you can just see Iyvak and Rag stood in front of you, along with the crate.
You alright there, Greg?
Do I know?
Why don't you roll me a history check?
Of course.
Just a random history check. Let's see.
Okay, history is not my strong suit. 13.
13. Roll it with advantage.
Who is Greg?
13.
I really tried there. You try and think back, and you can remember your time back in the army. There's only one set of memories in there. Nothing comes to mind as such, but you can tell there's only one set of memories there. You then try and think of the last couple of weeks, and again, there's only one set of memories there. Whether or not they're the true memories, you're not quite sure, because after everything that's just happened to you over the last couple of weeks, you're not really sure about anything anymore, but you know there is definitely just one set of memories in your head now.
I was just about to say, do I remember the exact time I took the mushroom and forgetting my memories?
Yes.
Right. I turn to Iyvak and Gregor, and I say,
Who
are you?
Turn to Iyvak and myself.
Are you?
Inward.
Were you sent by Telos?
What?
I just pull out my sunblade, just point towards them, but then I smile. I go, I remember. Then just put my sunblade back.
You remember?
At least I think I do. I've only got 17 memories now, so this must be my true memories.
Well, praise the gods. Did you believe that, Iyvak? He remembers.
Shall we get this box?
Yeah, should we get on with this now?
As you guys loitering outside a mill with a crate of incredibly illegal substances, and Gregor is just kind of like having a weird trip and getting his memories back.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Gregor. I'm very happy for you. It's just what we're doing is slightly on the wrong side, and we need to stay a little bit incognito. You know what I mean?
Just like I get my memories back. Yeah, whatever. What we're doing about this crate?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to walk over to one of the handles of the crate.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll go to the opposite end.
Both of you roll me a strength check then, please.
On 3, Gregor.
1, 2, 3.
13.
Strength. 20, not a natural.
Okay, so Gregor, you just kind of yank it straight up quite easily. Rag, you don't lift it quite at the same time, and because of that, Gregor kind of jerks your arm up a little bit as he does so, but you manage to keep your hands on it and just about lift it up. It is
It's stuck
a
on my
heavy
strap for a minute there.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Where are we taking
Happens to us all, Rag.
So
Fair enough.
how this is going to work, guys, is can you see at the top of the map there is a little token?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can all control that. Do not move it right now.
Okay.
I know what you're like, Joe. You should be able to.
Yeah, straight in the middle. There we go, done it.
Let me just double check. No, JB, Coogan,
Oh, sorry, no,
everyone's.
it's better if I'm
Yeah,
looking
right
at the
at the
one
top.
below it.
There's one below it.
No, it's the my screen's really dark. It's the tent.
Yeah, the little circle tent just there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, how this is going to work is you will all roll initiative.
Okay.
And then the order of taking turns essentially will go by your initiative. So say Coogan, you get the highest, followed by JB, followed by Gaz. You would go first in controlling, then JB, then Gaz. On each of your turns, you'll roll a d6. And the amount rolled is the amount of squares that you can move down there. Because I have taken a hell of a long time calculating how big this actual city is. As I think I may have told JB at some point.
I appreciate that. And how big are these squares? 5 feet?
No, they're much bigger than that at this point. I think they are about 100 foot each, if I remember rightly. I was going to say, that's why you're only taking, like, up to 6 squares at a time.
Yeah,
Walking like 6 miles.
because our normal walk's about 40 feet, isn't it, to go?
Exactly,
so like
yeah.
Right, okay. So,
Okay.
If
So
I was
it's the-
going to do this a 1-to-1 scale, then it would take us far too long to get through it.
And is this token the crate
It's the group, essentially, yeah.
group? Okay.
You can decide to split off if you want, and if you do, I do also have different tokens for that. But that is kind of like the group as one.
I was gonna say, Iyvak, could you scout ahead to make sure there's no one looking or looking our way?
Okay, actually, what I'll do is I will drop everyone's actual
Right.
tokens on.
yes, I think that would be very prudent, Greg. I will scout ahead if you gentlemen have the box.
Give me 1 second, and I will just start this.
All right. Yeah, before I go, though, we are aware of our location. We are aware of a plan.
Where exactly are we going? We're not walking straight through the main gate, are we?
No, we're going southeast. There may be a cliff. I believe there is when I was scouting on the inside of the grounds. But we've got rope where we can lower it down. We can battle that when we get there. If we get right south to where the water's edge, there should be a wall that we could quite happily get underneath and get through the floorboards and bypass the city altogether.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, just bear in mind that once we enter the salt harbor itself, the spell's going to wear off on this crate, so it's going to be very smelly.
Indeed,
You have
yes.
to move fast.
Oh, but I will be able to use my ship at the flowing river.
One more thing for you to also bear in mind, because I realise I didn't say this. After each one of your turns, guards will also be moving around.
Oh. I'm going to have to put this on big screen, so I'm not going to see anyone while we're doing this.
That's fair. If you guys want to spend a minute or so just discussing a strategy, because you would be able to, obviously, as you're all around the box, and I will be back in a short second.
Okay.
No worries.
Well, I think we're agreed going straight for the city is a no-go. That's just too many.
What I'm thinking is, Gaz can scour the front, and if he does get like guards coming up to him, you can just use your eye shit to, get him to not look. I guess. Could you? Is that how his power works?
Yeah, my eye shit.
Yeah. The eye
shit
shit you
eyes.
with your eyes.
Shoots out my eyes.
The thing is, guys, I was just also thinking. Wait a minute. So you're thinking of going all the way down, like on the side of the wall, going across that cliff, going all the way down there. Shouldn't you be able to use that spell of yours to get in?
What, get past the guards?
Yeah.
To get to the dock, we have to go through 3 different districts, or 2 different districts that are really busy. It just like everything is telling me it's just a lot easier to go down the east side, get down that, which I checked last time. It's not big, it's like 10 meters, I think, or something like that, to get down that cliff way. And then when you get to the south, all you got to do is get under that wall. I mean, surely we need to find the dimensions of this box exactly, because we just need to dig a hole big enough for that box, really, and then push it through. And there's loose floorboards, and that's exactly where we need to take it. So the only thing we need to do is get under those walls, and there's no guards from when I checked on those walls.
Ah,
Okay.
nice. Okay, yeah, I'm happy to do that.
It's nighttime as well, and
It's
gonna be a
nighttime,
bit
so
quieter.
yeah, it will be. Just have to watch out for the main guard or something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I could keep scouting ahead, and I could just be like, obviously I will come back if there's anything in the way or going to be difficult, and be like, hey guys, then we can plan, but it should be smooth sailing, I think, all the way to the south. There was just that wall, and I'm pretty sure I didn't think, although, to be honest with you, our spells and magic are working now, aren't they?
Yes.
Well, if you ask me, the distance where we are now to the new mine, to where the wall is from the new mine, to me, that's the same distance. So our magic would work there.
Brilliant.
So
Don't you
how
think?
on the screen then, where
You can even count the squares, and I think that's the same distance.
how like on the screen where you're thinking of heading towards them?
Here, in fruition. Oh, there. Bing.
But all the way down there, around the outside of the city.
Yeah, because this wall here, bing, that wall there, when I checked on the inside, it's not very high. I mean, this cliff. It's only like 10 meters max or something.
Sorry, where are you think, guys? Are there?
Yeah, here, yeah.
Right.
Is Tom making a weird smiley face? Like he knows something we don't?
No, I'm just trying
Alright.
to check something.
So, have you scouted for guards around the inn?
Yeah, I came down here on the week. I went here and I checked the size of this cliff.
Yeah.
This drop-off point.
Yeah,
It was only about between 10 and 20 feet. You couldn't quite guess straight off, but it's no bigger than a 20-foot drop.
Yeah. So it's smaller than our rope. And plus there's a waterfall. And then I checked the wall to see if there was any guards or anything like that. And there wasn't. And I came down here and there was, but not many. They were just like walking around here, but there was here, but they weren't very diligent.
Okay, so
And here there was loose floorboards that you could break quite easily. And in fact, I'm sorry, I never listened to it because I've been travelling, but didn't I break it? I think I lifted it, didn't I?
No, I think you just saw it, didn't you?
You saw it and you kind of moved it, but you didn't break it.
But I know it will move.
Yeah, you discovered that it's loose, but you didn't actually remove it.
would it
So, I
not
mean-
be easier to use the water then to get around to that point?
I was just thinking that maybe we could go around the corner, but that there is actually like an office of some kind where guards are.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, my earphones gave me a warning there, so if anybody said anything, I didn't hear anything, because my earphones were talking to me.
No.
Are we about ready to roll initiative?
Yeah, go for it.
No. So, how far out do you reckon to come through? How far out around the city?
Well, right, so I'm not being funny here. I'm not. I'm trying to use logic here rather than just being funny. But if I could calculate the distance, because our magic works here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Show me on the screen.
Where we are now, because he's used his runes and all that lot.
Yeah.
So technically, even if I really want to, if I could calculate the distance from there, because to me it looks like the same distance from here to the new mine as that wall is to the new mine. I'm wondering if our magic would still work here.
Do you want to roll me an Arcana check?
I can certainly try. Here we go. Right, Arcana. Oh, that's good. God, I should use this more. 15.
15, you say?
15, yeah. I got 10 and a +5.
Okay, so from everything that Nezzy's told you, as well as what you know about magic in general and everything, you would assume that the distance that the new mine crystal covers wouldn't quite be equal on all sides. It's not going to be a perfect circle.
Right.
However, you are right in that some areas will be more... It will spread out further for some areas than others. So there might be areas, say, to the east or to the west, which are... Basically, the perimeter might come in a bit closer to the east or west, or it might go a bit further out. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So,
okay. I say we heat a location. We can maybe try or see what the wall situation is like anyway, because maybe we should see what we're up against before we come up with that part. And at worst comes to worst, we've always got the water to aid in our advantage.
All right, let's get going.
Yes, I also have some distractions if we need to direct anyone's attention to another area.
What,
Think from you.
Thunderwave?
From you, Rag, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
as you look back towards the city, you can still kind of see a little bit of smoke just rising from the financial district.
Yeah. Maybe a less subtle distraction this time, yeah?
That's supposed to be. Anyway.
Nothing. Moving on. Right. Shall I scout?
Right, insight checks, please. Initiative rolls, please, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Don't add anything onto this, do we?
Yeah, your initiative.
Yeah, you've got an initiative bonus as well.
There it is. 15.
Did I roll? I don't
Okay.
think I rolled.
7.
Do, 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 do. 12.
12. So it goes Gregor, Iyvak, and then Rag. Gregor and Rag, when you guys are moving, obviously, because you're both carrying the crates, you will all move as one unless you specify otherwise.
We're going to have to actually change our order, aren't we? Like ourselves, like one of us prone or something like that.
Yeah.
I just skip my go then and just let Iyvak go.
Can if you wish, yeah. So Iyvak, roll yourself a d6.
All right, so D6. 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
First, then.
Basically, I'm going to hug this field as best I can.
We'll class diagonals as one square.
Oh, diagonals are. Right, good.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm assuming this is like fenced or whatnot, so... maybe.
I can't see because it's not changed on mine yet for me.
There we go.
There we go. You know what? Because it's so dark, I can't actually quite tell myself. That's just... Yeah, it's fencing near a field. Okay.
A tree in that eye. So I'm just staying incognito, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm staying low down, keeping my eyes peeled.
Okay. JB?
I'm waiting on a response from Iyvak. I'm going to hold position.
I put my helm of. Do I need a helmet? No, I'm not that far away. You can see me.
Okay. Yeah, we can still see him.
Oh yeah, I'm going to wave him. If I can't see anything, am I seeing anything?
Not from that distance, no.
All right, yeah, wave him.
So, JB, are you sure you want to skip your go?
If I've seen him wave, then I'll move. Gregor, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Towards Iyvak. That's a 5 for me.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can move 5 squares. It might be easier just to move the middle token 5 squares and then move both of you next to it afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
Right. 1. Okay.
There is a wall there.
You need to be at this.
I can't. I'll be sucked into that wall.
It's a small fence on the field. You can easily.
Oh, I can't see them.
I was going to say it's a bit difficult because I've darkened the map so much for night time. Coogan, what's you?
I'll skip my go. I'm just waiting for Iyvak.
Yeah. In which case.
Oh, here we go. Legion comes around the corner.
The whole city guard. Drop! Run!
And at that moment, the parade of pagans comes around the corner. 1,000 strong.
Right. Iyvak, your go.
Number 6. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing anything possible to keep my eye out, so if there's a roll or anything, just to be aware of my surroundings or anything. I've always take that.
You can roll me a perception check if you wish, but it will be with disadvantage because you don't have dark vision and it is night time. Yeah, also, guys, bear in mind with your turns as well, just like with combat and stuff, you don't have to just move. You can do other stuff during it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's no point in rolling that, really. I got 6, but what was the check? What was the check that I'd be doing?
Perception.
Perception. 6.
Now, will you be rolling a 20 for that?
Yeah, you've been.
20, sorry.
Yeah, he got a 6 on his D20.
D6 again. Oh, fuck. Huh?
Yeah, so I got 8.
You're looking around and you think you can see movement around, but again, it might just be your eyes playing tricks on you because it's dark. You can't really see anything other than the lights of Salt Harbour itself.
Okay. I'm gonna wave him over.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already did mine, so yeah, go for it, JB.
It's a 6.
Nice.
Go for it.
Okay, with me, Gregor.
Let's go. Keep your eye out. I'm gonna skip my go again.
2, 7. Yeah, 1 second.
I'll tell you what, actually, can I have a look around to see if I see anything?
Yes, just give me a second.
We might as well do that, actually. You know, whenever it's your turn, also roll to see if you can see anything.
I was just looking at bonus actions.
Yeah, Gregor, if you do want to roll a perception check, go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'll skip my movement go
That's fair.
every time. Perception. Detection. 16.
Okay, so you've done a little bit better than Iyvak then. You're looking around. Wait, do you have dark vision?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. In which case, yeah, you're still just looking around. You're able to see a couple of bits of movement and stuff like that. From where you are, you can see that there are definitely there are a couple of guards at the entrance itself. But other than that, you're not quite sure.
I was going to say, are they looking our way?
They're just looking around in general. From the distance that you're at, you can't quite tell if they're looking directly at you on purpose or not.
Gregor, keep quiet. Guards at the main gate.
How far away?
At the main gate.
Yeah, where is that?
Rag, you know where the main gate. I was going to say, you know where the main gate is. Rag, you are able to see the perimeter of Salt Harbour itself because the main gate has some torches outside of it.
Okay.
It must be pretty pitch black where we are then.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
can't
having a
see
bit of
much on
difficulty.
my screen. Might move it over to my other monitor actually.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll skip my guard straight back to Iyvak again.
Iyvak,
Mm-hmm.
where are you thinking of going from here?
I can honestly say I do not know if my webpage will not load.
Surely we don't want to go past the main gate, right?
What is it?
No.
Webpage?
No. Ragnarok, are you not aware of the plan?
Apparently not. We are back up to you, though, Iyvak.
We're going east, around, not through. Around and down to the south, then under the wall.
Okay,
Maybe round the wall. We'll figure it out
thought-
when we get to
I thought we was going west and taking the river.
That's
No,
it.
that's fine. That's probably a better
That's
idea
that's
this
east,
way.
Josh. North east.
Yeah, I thought we was going west.
There is no river west.
No, not river
is-
west. There is, but we was no. I thought we was going to go west and then down and around into the river.
Oh.
Well, yes, you're pretty much right.
But
Except
anyway,
going-
Ivor,
That's a
you have
sea.
the con.
yeah, great. Just follow me. Keep your eyes peeled, yes?
Well, you go to the forest, didn't you?
Okay, so Iyvak,
Yes.
what did you get?
3, and I actually moved 3 spaces.
Okay, are you wanting to do any other actions?
I always want to check, be aware of my surroundings. Like, I want to check the wall. Am I seeing anything on the wall?
Okay, roll me a perception check then, please. So you kind of, yeah, you've now moved away from that farming field, and you're moving further east. Sorry, into the fields. In front of you is a big bush. Not so big that you can't see over it, but enough to kind of obscure yourselves. What did you get with that perception roll?
Looking through that bush with a 18.
An 18. Okay, so with that then, as you look directly ahead, you can see, if I can remember how to do this, on the very top of the walls themselves, you can see that there is a guard tower with a guard in it, just kind of looking out.
Oh. Nice. I'm going to do this, suggest, keep their heads down. And I'll
It's
say,
kind of swinging his hand around at you.
and I'll be like, Guard, watchtower, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 feet south.
Okay, I'll get a bit low with that then.
Yeah, I do the same.
Okay. I won't make you do any stealth rolls or all like that. Yes. So what's that? That's 9. Okay. Okay, so we are up to JB. Rag, what are you up to?
I've just got low after being Ivor do that. I will
Yep.
try and slowly move over to him with a 1.
So So yeah, you kind of, after seeing Iyvak kind of motioning for you to drop down, you and Gregor are both kind of in tandem, just kind of hunched down. The crate itself now is only a couple of inches off the floor, which is making it a bit more difficult for you to carry, with it being a low center of mass. So yeah, you're only able to scoot across a little bit. You want to move the tokens across?
Yeah, maybe one space across there.
Yeah, you are now kind of like crouched behind the large bush.
And I'm going to take a look around. This thing that I'm in front of, is this a pen with animals in?
No, I believe that's just a large bush.
Just a large bush? You sure?
I believe
it looks
so.
like it's got animals in it.
Give me a second and I'll go into the daytime variant. Oh shit! Yeah, actually, I'm very glad that you said that. That is stables.
Right. Okay.
I'm glad that you pointed that one out. It wasn't a large bush that you were hidden behind, Iyvak. It was a stables.
Yeah.
A busy one.
There's four sheep, maybe, or
they're not literally there at this moment in time.
All right.
they're not.
They're placeholders.
It looks like the animals have been here.
Yes, my friend, it's a stable. I will be. What would you say about heading directly east towards the river? Let's use the water to our advantage. Yes, maybe.
Yeah, let's do it.
It'll keep us out of range.
With that, we're gonna have a look round before we move off.
I was originally thinking hug the wall. I don't think that'll be too prudent now.
17.
Okay, with that 17, whereabouts are you looking? What direction are you looking in? If you just highlight that on the map for me, please.
I will be looking east, but looking around the wall areas here.
Okay, so with that then, what was it, a 17, sorry?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're kind of like peering across the stables, you can see that there's one or two horses actually in the paddock itself, just roaming around, but they're paying you no mind. They've not even paid any attention to you. They've not even noticed you. You look further ahead, near where Iyvak noticed that first guard tower, and you look further across east to where the perimeter is starting to curve around. And you spot another guard in another guard tower.
Do you think maybe... I don't know if this is a long shot, but do you think maybe a horse might be able to help us in this? Or is it too much? Just for carrying reasons, that's what I thought.
I'm more in favour of staying low and going slow.
Okay.
Like maybe head north a little bit. Just keep our distance. Get to that river.
Because, to be fair, we are allowed to be out here. If the guard see us carrying something, then obviously there's some suspicion. But if a guard sees a group of us with a horse, there should be no suspicion there, right?
Travelling around the outskirts of the city wall.
Yeah, just walking the horse, you don't necessarily need to be riding it, but it could carry the crate for us.
Iyvak, can you use your helmet of telepathy on horses?
So, all right. Well, I mean, if my helm works, I can do that. Yes. Why? What would be your plan there, Greg?
Calm the horse and bring it towards us.
We're using the horse. What are we going to do?
Be an option.
Well, what are we going to do when we reach the cliff? That's the thing I'm wondering.
Leave the horse.
Thinking for faster movement. Well, maybe.
So you want to do it? In speed?
Whereabouts is the cliff that you're talking about?
Down there.
Right way down.
There.
Here?
Yeah, just that, yeah.
Right, this.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
quite far.
Do you know how high this cliff is?
10 to 12 feet.
20.
How high can a horse jump?
Well, it can jump as high as you want, as long as you're not bothered about its landing.
Good
I
God.
think there is a limit, Iyvak, to how high a horse can jump.
I mean, it can jump a mile if you like.
unless you want me to thunder wave it over.
If you want it to survive, that's a different question.
We can at least get to the cliff. That's a distance away.
Don't understand the advantage of using a horse, which is bigger, less wieldier. We've got to steal the horse, which is a risk in itself.
Okay, we'll leave it then. It was just
As opposed to just going slowly and staying low and in the dark. I just feel this is more. I just feel it's a lot of risk for what it's actually giving us, which is speed, which I'm not even sure we want. Do we?
It was more to browse the outskirts without any suspicion. That was my thought. But I understand your trepidation. We'll leave it.
You mean to free your hands? Yeah. Well.
Free hands and to not raise any suspicion as to why we're out here.
Yeah. And we have to steal a horse, which is right next door to the gate.
I just saw that the pen was open. That's all. But let's leave it.
Yeah, do we? Well, I will go with consensus as a group. I think we should just keep heading east, though.
Yeah, with new information, I think we should leave it as well.
Yeah. Okay. Are you in agreement, Gregor?
Let's do it.
Right.
Okay, so we are. Oh wait, Iyvak, have you already done your movement?
I just rolled then because that's. Was it my turn?
JB had Coogan is actually your go, sorry, but I'm assuming you're not wanting to move.
No, I'll just do a perception again.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
15.
So with that, as you're kind of looking across the paddock and everything, you're unable to really spot anything that hasn't already been spotted by Iyvak and Rag.
Can I see anything like up here?
You're kind of looking out into the distance. You can see a little bit closer towards the walls themselves because of the torches that are coming off them. But the area that you're looking at, that you're specifically trying to look into the plains themselves, are just completely pitch black, and you're unable to see anything.
So we keep into the pitch black. Yeah, I'm just going to leave my go there.
Yeah. Iyvak, if you want to have a go.
Want me to re-roll?
Yes, please.
Okay then, guys.
Apologies.
It's all right. Low and slow, follow my tracks. I'm just gonna go diagonally up a little bit to that.
Okay. Are you wanting to do anything else?
I'll always do perception.
Yeah, go for it. Roll yourself a perception as you're kind of like creeping back up towards where the farming field was.
I would like to start treading ground in front of me, so there's no pitfalls and things like stuff.
What do you mean treading ground? Sorry.
Well, I want to be making a safe path for them because, like, the wilderness.
Okay.
I don't know if you've accounted for that, but wilderness is very hard to navigate.
I mean, these are pretty much farmland, so unless it's their natural farming, yeah, pretty much. Like the fields themselves would be a bit different because they've got crops in and beds and stuff like that, but the area around is pretty much just flatlands.
I'm always going to use my perception then to look in the direction that I'm walking, so I'm looking east.
Okay, roll me a perception check then, please.
Roll then. Nat 1.
As you're looking around, actually, no, I need to.
A fly buzzes into your eye.
You're blind once more, Iyvak.
Contracted disease.
No, you can't do nothing else but scream out in pain.
Yeah.
As you look around, you kind of like think you hear a noise, so you spin on your heels. But doing so, as you do so, you hear a bit of a crack. You take 3 points of damage as you've twisted your ankle.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because you've done a physical injury to yourself, your ankle especially, all of your rolls are going to be with disadvantage for your d6, unless you heal, unless you heal yourself, essentially. GB, we're up to you.
Yes. So my roll is 3. 3 for me.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, you see Iyvak kind of walk up to the northeast slightly, and you follow him. As you're following him, you hear a bit of a crack, and Iyvak just kind of yelp out in pain a little bit.
Shush! Shush!
Yes, that's a point.
Let's get back down there and go big.
God, what have you? No, not Gregor.
I was going to say, Coogan, we're up to you.
Do I see what's happened to Iyvak?
You've heard that kind of like loud snap or cracking noise, and you've heard Iyvak kind of yelp a little bit, and Ragnarok just telling him to shut the fuck up, essentially.
Can I just pop it down? I'm right next to him, am I, at this point?
Yeah, he's pretty much stood in front of you.
Yeah. I kind of just put the box down and see if I can try and fix his ankle.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
It's not broken, is it? Or is it just sprained?
If you want to check, you can.
I'll check.
Roll me a medical check then, please.
Yeah.
Gregor just starts barking as he's trying to figure out what's wrong.
Medical. Now, I've got medicine.
Medicine check, sorry, yeah, not medical.
17.
As you're kind of like, as you approach Iyvak, obviously still staying low and quiet and everything, you ask him to show you his ankle. He does so, and it's a bit swollen, it's a bit red. You kind of like touch along it. It's not broken. It feels like it's sprained.
Is that my action done?
Iyvak's already started walking off at this point.
No, I'll let you have an actual action if you want, because I'm assuming you're not moving.
Can I? It's a spell.
God, what's he going to do to it?
You get a natural 1 on this.
Can I cast a spell of mending?
Break his foot.
Blow me
Spell
up.
of mending. Just read that one out.
Repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Give me 1 second on that.
I'm like, Greg, I've got a potion of healing. I appreciate it, but...
Well, the good news is I know what's up with it. The bad news is I've torn your leg off.
Let me just check this. Unfortunately, no, because it works on objects, not living creatures.
Yeah.
I liked the thinking behind that, but unfortunately not.
Okay, can I cast Cure Wounds then?
You can, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That is what do you call it? It just says. Do I have to do something for a cast?
I don't believe so off the top of my head for Cure Wounds, but give me a sec. No, basically you just roll a d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. It's 1d8 plus 5.
Oh. What, is that the amount that I get?
Yeah.
Oh. Gonna sort me.
6 plus 5, so that's 11.
That's 11. Does that take you back to full health by any chance, Iyvak?
Yeah, I only lost 3.
Yeah, so Gregor, you kind of like put your hands on his ankle where it is, where the sprain is, and you cast, what was it again, sorry? Cure Wounds?
Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you cast Cure Wounds. Iyvak, you feel like a warm, like, energy just kind of engulf around your ankle. There's a very bright flash, and your ankle is back to being normal. Still completely fine.
Oh, fantastic work, Gregor. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Let's be the warning, eh? Let's watch our footing. It's rather treacherous, even for this farmland.
Alright, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave my go there again.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, so Iyvak, we're back up to you.
Right. So no disadvantage, just a d6.
Just a d6.
Do. Oh,
1d8 plus 5.
Okay.
That's
3.
pretty powerful, that. 1d8 plus 5.
1, 2, 3. And can I do a perception looking east?
You can, yes.
Oh. 9.
So yeah, after having your ankle repaired by Gregor, you kind of like just spring back up and kind of dart off a little bit more into the field, into the flatlands. As you're darting off, you look directly ahead. Unfortunately, you don't actually see anything. It's still just pretty much pitch black. As you're starting to head more and more east, you can start hearing the river a little bit more, though.
Wave him over.
Yeah, JB, we're up to you.
Bear with me a second. No, okay, yeah. It's a 5 for me.
So yeah,
yeah, I'm going to have a look.
yeah, roll me a perception check.
Not along the wall this time, so if I can peer around that corner a little bit more now around here.
Yeah.
Check around there. Perception is natural 20.
Hey.
Okay, give me 1 second. So yeah, you kind of you follow Iyvak's lead, and you are now, you know, like just kind of crouched down, darting across the flat plains. As you do so, you feel like the grass starting to rustle underneath you and whatnot. You kind of try and peer around the corner. Where were you looking exactly?
Just as far around the corner and along this wall as much as possible.
Round there-ish. I just realised. Hang on, can you see when I do that? No. Okay,
No.
it's because I'm still. That's fine. It's because I'm on a different layer. That's fine. As you kind of like edge your head around, you don't fully see a person as such, but you do see movement from high up, and you kind of pretty much deduce that that's going to be another guard tower.
Yeah, it looks like there's another guard tower around here. Just around this corner.
Just moving over into the
Let's hope
into the
we're
financial district.
Consensus, what do you reckon? The river?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we should maybe head straight east to the river now if we're going to do it.
Just keep heading east.
Yeah, are we going to swim this?
No.
Maybe. Yeah. Remember our luck with rafts? What can go wrong?
God, that's a deep cut, is that one?
Do I remember that? I want to see if I remember that.
You weren't... Were you there for that?
I remember them there doing it, but then I ran off with my...
That was before the mushroom, that wasn't it?
It was before the mushroom, but you'd already started walking off with Wolfie.
Yeah, he did. He did one, did he? It was an adventure of me and Josh.
Yeah, that's correct. Because you guys had tried to steal a horse or something a bit later on.
Well, yeah, history is about to repeat itself there, isn't it?
We'll see.
Yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah. So we steal a horse. Why?
Not gonna lie, I was genuinely getting flashbacks there. Okay, so yeah, Coogan, we're up to you.
I'm gonna do my movement this time as well. So, plus 6. 6.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So yeah,
I'm gonna look around again.
Gregor, you take the lead. Roll a perception then, please. You take the lead this time as you kind of like just pull Rag further east. As you're kind of like dashing across, you notice that if you're looking down towards Salt Harbour itself, you're getting towards the corner. As you're looking around in front of you, you can see that there's a few trees, and you can hear the running of water even louder now.
Okay. I got 12 also on my perception.
And that's all you see, I'm afraid.
Alright.
Give me 1 second.
Yes, Gregor. That's where we're heading.
Yeah, so Iyvak, we're up to you.
Okay. Same old. Gonna do me D6. 3. Amazing how slow I am, say I'm not running. I'm not like carrying the thingy-majig.
I'm slowly starting to realise maybe I should have made it a D12 rather than a D6.
Yeah, but you wanted to know. You thought we might be going through the city, didn't you? So.
Yeah, it was kind of, if you were going through the city, you couldn't have a D12 because you could go from one district to another within a move.
So this is just us being awkward, really. It's done this.
It's like in a video game, you know, like where there's a very obvious set route to take, but instead you try and break the boundaries by jumping against a wall for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Or like trying to climb a mountain in Skyrim.
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Natural 20.
What's that for your perception?
Yeah. I'm just looking east. That's what I've been doing. So.
Okay, so yeah, Rag and Gregor are still in front of you. As you look east, you can... can't really do much with that map 20 because there is... you can see them completely fine, but there's nothing else out in this area at all. Where the city is, where the town is, there will be more things, but out here, you're pretty much alone.
Yeah, but it's the way I said I'll keep looking, so it's the way I'm going to keep going. Alright, I'm going to be like, go, straight on, lads, go.
Right. Is that over to me?
It is, because I've already done the guards stuff.
2 for me, that. I'm gonna look actually towards where we're heading, towards the river. These trees that are surrounding it. Can I tell whether it's a nice cluster to keep us keep us incognito?
From the distance that you're at, unless you again specifically roll for it, you can just kind of like see the tree line itself. There's a couple going along with the river, but you're not sure just at initial glance how deep they are.
Right. Okay. I'll just look south then. Well, southeast. Heading along down. Just as far down.
Yeah,
as
a
I
bit
can
further
see.
down that way.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check again, then, please.
That's a 4.
Unfortunately, yeah, as you're kind of moving closer and closer towards the tree line, you kind of like try and turn back around to get a glance at Salt Harbour itself, but you're kind of preoccupied now by the tree line and by the river to actually pay full attention.
Right. Yeah, Gregor, I can't see down there. This fucking river's driving me insane.
No worries.
Are we moving?
Yep. Well, I'm going to skip my go again, and I'm just going to do...
One
I'm not
second.
going to even do perception, I'm just going to skip my go.
Okay, so Gaz, I'm not sure if you heard what we said before. Whilst you're outside of the city, you can now roll d12s for movement.
Alright, okay. Would there be any way I could maybe get advantage since I'm not carrying the thing?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, just...
Nice try though, but no, unfortunately not. I admire
denial.
the attempt.
I can't get advantage now.
So who were we up to again? Sorry.
Gregor just skipped his
Yeah,
go.
I've just completely skipped my go.
Alright,
And I just moved the guard. So yes, Iyvak, we're up to you.
Iyvak, Mileart will take his turn.
Yeah, remember it's a d12 for this.
D12. D12.
Still a 6.
6.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to expedite this for you.
I know, it's good for me though, that, because it doesn't like me the dice on here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to pray to the dice gods. There we go.
So you have now caught back up with Rag and Gregor.
I am definitely pondering the density of those woods and how well they will actually play towards covering us from those guards. So, can I do a perception at the trees to see how well it would keep us covered?
Yeah, go for it.
Just like our friend Rag, and that'll be 20, not nat.
Okay, so now that you're a bit closer to them and you can see the tree line a bit more, you can see that at the very least they are about 3 to 4 trees deep. So you'd be covered as long as you don't do anything to draw attention to yourself. So say like if you casted a fireball or a magical light or something, any guards that are along that side looking directly at that area would be able to see a light. They wouldn't be able to see in like great detail, but they'd be able to see that there is a light in that area. Otherwise, you should be quite well protected.
And I'm going to convey that to the crew. I'd be like, looks like we have some cover in those trees up yonder, gentlemen.
Yeah, I thought we might. Let's stick to the plan then.
I will, shoo them on because I'm not in front of them.
I was going to say, not Iyvak, Rag, we're up to you.
Oh, sorry. I just accidentally rolled the d6 and rolled a 6, and then realised, and I've rolled a d12 and I've got a 1.
Oh, we'll go with the d6.
Unfortunately, no, you can only move one space.
Damn your honesty, Josh.
Luckily, I was going to say that's kind of screwed you over there. Luckily, because it's just your movement, there's not a.
There is no consequence, no. I just wouldn't move.
After you broke my leg, Tom, do we have to go for this again?
Because you were doing an action itself, movement is fine, but it's not a check. You can always move at least once.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, fair enough. I stand corrected.
It's a different type of roll, I'm afraid, Gaz.
Right, I'm going to have a look south. Just going to keep looking southeast as we move across this terrain.
Yeah, go for it.
14.
As you're looking down south, along between the tree lines and the town perimeter, you're not really able to see much other than that single guard post that you spotted before. The ground itself still just looks like flat grassland.
Okay. Pushing on.
Coogan.
Oh yeah, I was going to say actually, can I reach in my pocket and just put the ring of invisibility on? I just want to keep it on.
You are now wearing the ring of invisibility. If you look at your finger that you have it on, there is a thin band of invisibility where the ring is.
I'm sure that could be handy in some way.
It kind of almost looks like your finger is detached from your hand.
Oh, brilliant! I like that. Do you guys think I should move? I don't want to get too far.
Yeah, just move, Gregor. Just move.
Right? Bloody hell! That's a good question here.
I think staying here is not our best option.
Just out in the open.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to move then.
Because I love the idea of you guys smuggling this stuff in and you just kind of plundering around the outskirts.
Where shall we head?
Shall we steal a horse? I'm going to put my ring on. Shall I move?
Or I was just probably expecting it to take you like 10-15 minutes and you're traipsing around everywhere but the city.
3!
Go 3.
These D12s are a bad idea.
I'm trying, guys.
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay, yeah, so Gregor, you continue moving closer towards the tree line. You can see that you're only a couple of 100 feet away from it now.
You're not moving, okay.
Iyvak, we're up to you.
okie doke. Well, let's see if my dice work now. Oh yeah, we're D12s now, aren't we?
Yes, we're on D12s.
Bang. 12.
Nice one.
Oh, good.
Is there such
Finally starting to come in.
thing as a nat 12?
No, just like there's not a natural 1 for your movement, there's not a natural 12.
Well, not for me anyway.
Yeah, if Rag got it, he'd just teleport right in.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? That's fine by me. I'm right by the water. Ish.
It looks like you're in the water there.
Well, yeah, I got
Just
overexcited.
Yeah, Iyvak, you spot that there's no one coming or anything at this moment in time, so you take your moment essentially just to dash across the fields. You kind of like dart in between the trees, and you stop yourself just on the edge of the water. The water is kind of like running quite fast next to you.
Okay, and I'm just going to use my perception towards the city, just the walls, to see, just keep my eye out in general, see if I'm seeing any movement or anything of a sort, and that's a little 11.
The tree, now that you are through the tree line, the trees themselves are kind of blocking your vision a little bit. So unfortunately, you can still see the torch from that guard that you identified, that Rag pointed out to you guys previously, but other than that, you can't.
Okay. Well, they probably can't even see me signalling them over, but I'm doing it. Just...
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll follow. That's another 1.
So, Rag, you try and move the box again, but as you do so, you kind of like stumble a little bit and only manage to make it a couple of feet across.
I'm not even going to look this time.
Yeah. Gregor, yeah, there we go. Gregor, we're up to you.
Alright, I'm going to try to move it. I'm getting fed up with Rag.
Just stumbling around everywhere like a drunk.
Taking his time. 3.
Oh my god.
You just kind of like, come on, Rag, hurry up, and you just turn and you stumble yourself a little bit. You find the only rock in the field and stumble a little over it.
I'm just going to recover from my embarrassment of rolling a 3, and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, we are back up to you, Iyvak.
Can I see?
Can I talk to them where I am, or do I need to move?
You can talk to them, but you would have to speak louder than a whisper at this point.
I'm going to do a little roll just to have a little shimmy back then, because I don't want to be yelling my piss off. Right, let's go down this side then.
No. Go on, take it.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to be... Right, guys. I think it's a good plan, but it is slow going, isn't it?
Do you think... How did we make the raft last time?
We did it with ice, but it was very slippy, and it didn't really work too well for us, did it?
Okay. You've got to look at that river down there. Does it look like it's got a strong current?
Yes, I think you said it had strong current, didn't you, Tom?
Yes, a relatively strong current. It'd be hard to swim against it.
Can I tell if the thing is like watertight, this casket that we've got? Or even if well, I'll ask that first.
If you want to check that, roll me an investigation check, please.
Investigation. Spadoosh. It's not going to be good, I don't think. No, 8.
It's a big old wooden crate.
Well, wood floats, guys.
But it also absorbs water.
It does. Does the cargo spoil in water? Do we know?
If any of you want to check, you can roll me a nature check, please, because these are plants.
I'll roll. Ooh.
These are plant. The wormwood's a plant.
Kind of. It's the bark of a tree, so it would class as a plant for a nature check.
16 for me.
1 second, let me just double check something. JB, yeah, technically, would you class a tree as a plant?
Yeah.
In which case, then yeah, because it is pretty much the bark of a certain tree. So what did you get? 16? Did you say?
Yeah, 16.
You're not like fully clued up on wormwood, having never taken it yourself, but you have heard of some shamans crushing it and like kind of brewing it in a tea.
Oh.
So you would assume that if they can brew it in a tea, you probably shouldn't get them wet.
Good point. Yeah, I relay this along. Well, what I've heard from some cultures, they crush it and put it in a tea. So probably get it wet is not the best idea.
Dilute the products. So what do you think, guys? We can keep going slow pace to the trees, or risk floating it down the river with a waterfall, I might add.
What we could do is throw it in the river and pretend we were never here.
And Rag, have you got any suggestions?
I could find out some further information on wormwood. Given my recent knowledge of it being plant-like, I can speak with plants.
It's dead, right?
I don't mean speaking to the wormwood directly. I mean, speaking to
Okay.
nearby plants to see whether they have any information.
Okay, I'm too sober.
It
to
sounds
pretend to be a
ridiculous, I
plant,
know,
but-
and I haven't brought it up before that I have this, but
This is why we
it
take
does
too
work.
Ragnarok, that's some talent you have there.
Well, most people laugh at it. I think it's great, but I don't
That's-
bring it up because people just shrug it off as if it's something ridiculous.
I can honestly say I'm nothing but intrigued, my friend.
You know, if my mother could have spoken to plants, then well, could have been a different story. Anyway,
If you're gonna speak to plants, give me a second to drink this so I can pretend to be a fucking plant.
Now this is going to be intriguing.
It is gonna be intriguing, yeah. Okay, so lay it on me. How does this work?
well, I need to see if there's actually any plants around me first.
Roll me a deception
And that
check.
wasn't. I
Sorry,
wasn't
that
necessarily
wasn't-
going to do it either. I'm just offering the group something that I have.
If you want to
Um,
look at this plant,
do
go
it,
for
Drag.
it. Go for a perception.
Yeah, I'll roll perception anyway. 14.
Well, there's obviously the trees around you. There's a couple of mushrooms, 1 or 2 dandelions.
Don't speak to the dandelions.
Please do.
I guess I'll speak to the tree then.
Okay.
Let me just give you some stats.
Please do.
I don't trust them deputies.
It cost me. This would be third level as well.
Oh Christ!
It costs an action and it lasts for 10 minutes.
You can just hear a cacophony of plants.
Do you want the full info on it?
How does it work? Let's just go with how does it work
So-
first.
I can imbue plants within 30 feet of me with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
You can also turn difficult terrain caused by plant growth, such as thickets and undergrowth, into ordinary terrain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so but for you, plants may be able to perform other tasks on your behalf at the GM's discretion.
Okay.
The spell doesn't enable plants to uproot themselves and move about, but they can freely move branches, tendrils, and stalks.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything that you need to roll for it to succeed, or is it just a
No,
straight?
it's just an action. So, I'll cast this at third level.
All right, let's talk to some fucking plants, guys.
This is going to be great.
Don't laugh at me, alright?
I'm not laughing at you.
Trying to remember how the fuck Treebeard sounds like. Oh, of all the voices I've come up with,
I
I'm
know
not
tree.
You there, tree.
hang on. Have you casted it already?
I've casted it, yeah.
Yeah, so Gregor and Iyvak, I'm certainly not saying this to pad out runtime while I try and think of how the fuck to sound. Gregor and Iyvak, you kind of like see Rag kind of like just crouch down slightly and lean towards a tree. You feel like something has changed with Rag slightly, but in the darkness of the night, you can't really tell. Rag, what were you saying to the tree again, sorry?
You there, tree.
Takes a second,
Does it?
and it feels like some wind kind of rustles by. And you look up, and the top of this large oak tree just kind of creaks. Oh, what you would assume is a large oak tree. It's a big set tree. Kind of creaks and turns down. An orc talking to me. What does the orc want?
All done. Nice. Nice.
No. No.
Have you?
Speak, orc.
Have you been here long?
I have been here since the dawn of the city.
Ah, well, you must have seen a lot of things then.
I see many things and nothing at once. I cannot move from this spot.
No.
I only see what is in front of me.
Well, I'll make this short and sweet.
Christ.
You did well there, Tom. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Do you know anything of wormwood? Have you ever seen wormwood? Smelt wormwood?
Wormwood.
Yes.
What is this an orc term?
No, it's not an orc term at all. Wormwood is sort of like herby, barky material, just like the bark around. Yeah,
My
just
skin.
just
You would remove
I would not
my
remove your skin.
skin.
Oh yeah.
I would not remove anything of you.
Always come and take us away. Hacking.
So I had to. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, definitely. Good.
Orcs are always trying to remove us. Orcs and humans and elves. Wormwood is our bark, our skin.
Kind of turn to Iyvak and said, seems like it's going pretty well.
Listen,
Yeah, to you two, you can just see this tree just rustling angrily.
I would say that, but it is Ragnarok who's we're relying on being.
listen. I mean you no harm. I do not intend to take any of your skin. I just simply would like to find out some more information
I've got a box of it we've got here.
on that skin.
What information about skin does the orc require?
Well, you've just said that wormwood is the same as your skin, correct?
It is skin. Bark is skin.
Yes, but every tree has different skins, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But
So you are
it is
an
the
orc.
same old wormwood. I would assume is the same skin to me as an orc's skin is to an elf's.
I'll just take a sniff of the bark around the oak tree, and say,
Roll a perception.
does it smell? 5.
Smells like a tree.
You see, to me, wormwood is a very smelly substance, whereas you are an oak tree, but your bark doesn't smell.
I am no oak.
You just told me you were an oak.
Reaching back around from like his voice and stuff like that. Never said he was an oak. I said that it looked like an oak tree. He himself has not identified himself at all yet.
Okay. So if you're not an oak tree, then what are you? Sycamore? Pine? Ash?
My kind have no name other than the names we give ourselves. The names you have said are the names man has given us.
And what would man give you a name as?
Worm.
A worm tree. Okay. So, can I take another sniff at the back?
Roll perception.
I'm just standing here with this
3.
box, just giving it a little kick now and again.
Yeah, you kind of like lean in close and just like give a big sniff. Just smells like wood. As you do this, you just hear, "Why is all leaning closer?"
Oh, you see, I have some wormwood here. Right, it's very smelly, but you don't smell the same.
You just hear a.
It's not. I have not taken any skin. Don't worry.
My kind.
Settle.
I will not. You have defiled.
Guys, I think we need to leave.
This tree is just starting to shake its branches angrily.
Greg, I don't think it's going well.
Would I be able to use metal rail to use animal handling on this?
It's not an animal.
I know it's not.
It's a plant.
Settle. What is your name?
I will not settle.
Greg, you best tell him that we need to move, so we either find information out, because I want to avoid chopping these fellas down for a raft.
You just hear again. The man would defile the forest.
My friend is not going
Just
to
saying,
go into
guys,
do
we
anything
could have
here.
made it
We really need
by
to
now.
move on. Are you willing to help me or not?
I do not understand how I could help the orc.
I was just trying to find some information to figure out whether you can make wormwood less smelly. Transportation.
My kind emit the smell when our skin has been cut as a deterrent. It is not something to lessen. It is to ward off predators.
So there's nothing we can do.
No.
Thank you for your time. We need to move.
Make sure human
Right,
does
okay.
not attack the forest. Oh, bad, evil things will befall them.
Yeah, noted.
I'm gonna be like, so Rag, verdict?
Yeah,
Did we
that,
understand any of that?
it's not going to help.
Nope, you just saw an angry tree just like rustling his leaves. Whenever Rag was talking, Rag would be speaking in common, and then you'd see this tree just like
in response. Just getting more and more, like, vicious with its shaking.
It was just the fact that the tree was shaking and all that we had was settle. Settle. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is not going to help us. Unfortunately, the wormwood we're carrying here is him.
We could cut a branch off him. Maybe he'll talk then.
I wouldn't recommend it. He's pretty pissed.
Just more rustling in the background. He's not even speaking at this point, Rag. He's just rustling his leaves.
Yeah. I'm looking up in a little bit of, oh god, we need to move. Let's move away from this tree because he's going to swing a branch in.
Go. I've annoyed him.
This is when the march of the ants.
See, this is why I don't use this spell very often.
This Rag is why I say, try not to talk. Okay, I think our choices are quite clear. Now, Greg has said that the back spoils in water. Well, it's used as tea, so it'll dilute the flavour, I assume, if we get it wet. I assume it's heavy. There's a waterfall ahead. Do you think we should just keep plodding down? Plodding south fucking trees. Blinds.
Yeah, the river may take us past where we need to be honest. If we get caught by the current, it might take us too far.
Yeah,
Let's just
waterfall.
wander in the trees.
Yeah, we don't want to touch the waterfall, do we?
Waterfall does concern me. That's the only thing.
Let's hook the tree line then.
So we're back to Coogan.
Alright, let's get moving then. So I'm just gonna do a roll for movement.
Yep.
5.
Okay, go for it.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm not
Gregor.
I'm quite confident in where I am at the moment. I don't think there'll be any guards in there.
Yeah, so Gregor, you kind of move through the tree line, dragging the crate and drag along with you. As you kind of like get to the edge, you kind of like slip slightly, and one of your feet is now in the river.
Oh, lovely. Let's you give it a shake off.
Iyvak, we're up to you.
Okay. It's 12. Oh, natural 12. It's always worth trying it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's thinner here. I'm gonna just stay there.
Okay, yeah, so Iyvak, you spot Gregor and Rag just kind of like almost in the river itself. And after seeing this tree be very volatile and start thrashing around, you kind of just like dip down and just dart down south a little bit further. You're almost kind of like, if you looked at the town itself, if you looked at the perimeter of Salt Harbour itself, you're able to see the guard tower that had been pointed out previously.
Can I just do a perception that, like, are they easily able to see this shallow part of trees here? Do you know where they've got to come by? Because there's only like one tree here, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, roll me a perception check then, please. Because yeah, you are kind of like in a thin bracket.
5.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're not really sure. You're kind of like, you're stood slightly behind one of the trees itself. But you are aware that there's only one tree in front of you. But you're not actually sure from the distance that you're at, because it is quite a fair distance away, whether or not they'd be able to spot you.
Okay, well, I tried.
Rag, we're up to you.
Yeah. Move. Oh, fucking one again.
Oh my god.
Having a bad time with this. So yeah, you kind of like move down a little bit. You kind of drag Gregor out of the river itself. As you're moving down, you kind of just hear at the back, brothers, these orcs and dragons, carry our brother.
Oh my god.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Do not listen. He lies. Then kind of like to the side you hear, he lies. They're carrying one of us.
Do I see the trees rustling or anything?
There's
like
another
that?
tree that's kind of rustling. One towards, like, right in front of you kind of rustles again, quite vigorously. And Rag, you're the only one that can hear this, but you just hear, murderer!
Hey, you, I suggest you shut the fuck up. Or I'm going to take this dagger and I'm going to carve the shit out of
The
you.
orc murders and threatens us!
Yes, I do. Do you want to tempt me?
Do
Do you want to be chopped down? Do you want to be chopped down? I'll put my hand axe out. Put my hand axe out and hold it
You
up.
can just hear Rag shouting at this tree, pulling out his hand axe. The orc does as an orc does and threatens us all.
Yes, I suggest you shut up.
I can just imagine these trees going crazy. I'm like, we're trying to be
A
incognito.
lot of trees are kind of like rustling very loudly now. Iyvak, we're back up to you. You can just hear this loud rustling of trees behind you.
Rag, will you stop antagonising the plant life?
I'm not antagonising them, they won't shut up.
What is going on here? I don't know what's going on.
I ain't gonna move again. Actually, I just want to roll. I just want to roll the perception of that guard again.
Yep, go for it.
Christ, 7, 8, 9.
Or was that, sorry, 9?
Yeah.
Again, from this distance you're not able to see, but the torch that he had, that he's obviously using to light the guard tower, seemed a bit further away, like towards the back of the guard tower. Now it seems like it's at the front.
Right, I will. No, I'm not going to shoot over because I don't know really. So I'm just going to move on. Leave it at that.
Also, I think I kind of fucked up the order there. Coogan, you were meant to go next.
I was.
Goes Coogan, Gaz, then JB. But in this instance, we'll just have Coogan go next.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move as well.
Remember, it's a D12.
Say to that guy. That's cocked.
Yeah.
Reroll if it's cocked.
Still saying 2.
Move yourself across 2 then. Guys, I'm trying here to expedite this for you. We've got half an hour.
My plans have been cancelled now, so
Ah, okay.
just in case.
We've got infinite time until the end of this smuggling mission.
I can see that Rag is still threatening that tree over there.
Yeah, you're kind of like dragging this crate down the river with you.
Yeah, I just dropped
like,
C at my side.
What?
Are you fucking come on!
Murderer!
It's just making
My
dandelions
axe-
cry.
My axe is sharp right here, so I'm just going to make a little small incision on that tree.
You just say, "Oh, the orc attacks!" You hear like a scream of pain as it shouts that.
I'll walk up. Wait.
From around you, you just hear orc attacks. Orc does as an orc does.
Sounds like mischief to me.
I'm trying not to get sued by the Tolkien estate here, guys.
Yeah, I'm just. Can I roll a perception to see why they're angry with Rag?
It would be less of a perception check, more of a nature check.
Yeah, I'll check.
That's just like
No.
a law of the land now. People are angry at Rag. Of course they are.
4.
The trees are just rustling. If you didn't know that Rag was talking to them, you'd just think it's the wind.
Okay. Yeah, I'll carry on then. Like, all right, fair enough.
Come on, Gregor.
Get out here.
Okay, seeing as I've fucked the order of movement up, I think from now then it will go... Christ, I've thrown my voice out doing them. I've been drinking my drink as well.
Alright, Tom, there's only 500 more trees to get past.
That's great. I can actually feel my voice going. We'll do it so it's Coogan, JB, and then Gaz. Because then, Gaz, you can do your scouting movement and they can both... Fucking hell. They can both move afterwards. So, JB, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm a 7.
Yeah, go for it. Take your movement.
Cheers, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll move it one to the left. That's fine.
Yeah, so you kind of now, after hearing these trees all shout at you, and as you're running down with the crate with Gregor, you kind of dash past Iyvak. And again you hear, "Oh, murderer, attacker!" As you're just kind of dashing down.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring them.
You kind of like
Digging my
trample
axe
on
into a few of them on my way down.
You just say, "Ah, orc does as an orc does."
Yes, he does.
As you're running, you kind of like feel something underneath you, and you say, "Ah." You look down, and there's some trampled dandelions. Iyvak, we're up to you.
As I walk by him, I was just like, it's rather pleasant around here, isn't it?
Yeah, you're hearing nothing apart from the odd rustle of wind. It's just kind of nice and serene where you are.
Race. That one.
Do
It's
you do you walk?
It's moving now, wasn't it? Whoop.
Yeah, you're kind of still a good like 50 or so feet behind Drag and Gregor at this point.
A bit useless. I don't know how I got out of my monastery. I'm going to do perception again because why not?
Yeah, roll it.
20, not 20. What is that soldier doing?
Okay, so with that nat 20, you can see that guard that you had. Why are you not selecting it? Oh, that's all. That guard that was initially in that tower that had moved his torch a bit closer, he had been looking out into the trees, but kind of just decided, nah, it's just the wind. And decided that he's just basically walking back around his little guard tower now.
Sweet.
As you look down, you also see another torch a bit further down, and you see the telltale glow of another guard tower.
Crikey. Okay. Yeah, you're safe, lads. Go.
Gregor?
Lovely, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just gonna roll.
Okay, yeah. Go for it, Gregor.
9.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Move your 9 places.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8.
Okay, yeah, so Gregor, you have kind of led Rag and yourself further downstream. You're just still trampling through and everything, just making your way around the trees. You are now you can hear the roar of a waterfall getting closer and closer to you.
Yeah, I'm just looking out at the stream at this point, like, what is life?
Yeah, you can just hear like a gentle like running of water and stuff like this. The occasional bit of wind.
That's about it, really.
Fair enough. Iyvak, we're up to you then, I believe.
Yeah, okay. I might as well just go back to the tavern.
I was going to say, you're not having good rolls tonight.
Oof. Yeah, that'll do, I think. I don't think there's any point in doing a perception there.
You just kind of like continue making your way through the trees slowly. In the distance, you can see Rag and Gregor just still traipsing their way through, but you're kind of hanging back at the moment as you're kind of like pushing your way through the thicket of trees. Rag, we're up to you.
It's an 8.
So yeah, you continue. Sorry. You continue heading down the trees, pushing through them. At this point, you can still hear a couple of the orc, but there's less and less now. It's almost like they're kind of trying not to speak around you. You can actually hear one or two of them just be quiet. Do not talk. The orc, he'll kill us.
Yeah, do not talk. Do not talk.
Do not acknowledge the monster. You are now pretty much, just like before, you can hear the roar of the waterfall getting louder and louder. If you look back towards the town, you can see that you're pretty much in line with one of the guard towers. However, you are still managing to keep yourself pretty much hidden behind the trees.
Can I have a look around towards the wall over here?
Yes, of course.
Around here as well on the walls, just see.
Yeah.
Are we on top? Are we actually on top of it, or do we have to climb it?
You're on top, it goes down. It's a waterfall.
Okay.
Roll me that perception then, please.
It's 11.
You can't see anything immediately around you. You can, like I say, you can hear the waterfall. From the sounds of it, it's not that far away. You can also see that guard tower, but you can't see any other guard towers around you at the moment.
Okay. I'll wait.
Iyvak, we're up to you.
Catch him.
No, mate.
Oh yeah, Gregor now, innit?
I thought it went Iyvak, Gregor, Rag.
Originally it did, but then you changed it to Gregor, Iyvak, and Rag. Iyvak's just had his go.
Yeah, sorry, in which case then, yeah, of course he did. Sorry, I'm slipping up a little bit here. Gregor, we're up to you, sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to try and move.
Try to move.
6.
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6.
So at this point,
I've been just sticking to the river, just looking out into it, just like, so peaceful. If only nearby was a river. Flowing without a care in the world.
yeah, just kind of like happily just walking along. You are none the wiser to this cacophony of trees and plants that are screaming at Rag at this point in time. You're just kind of like, do. This is a lovely night for us. I'm really glad I decided to come on this smuggling mission. Not only have I got my memories back, but it's just helped clear my mind so much. It's beautiful out here.
Now I'm just sort of looking at his contentness with a...
Yeah, so you can just hear still in the
I
background.
just said Rag at that point. Just gone,
Monster still here. Sorry, what were you saying, Gregor?
I just had to Rag and just go, what is smuggling? I mean, all that we're doing is carrying just some dead trees.
That Rag, you just say, trees, corpses of our brothers.
Yeah, shut up. Gregor, shut up. Just fucking move.
Oh.
Fuck!
Okay, so next person up.
Me now?
So, I certainly didn't forget. Oh my god, seriously?
There we go. Moving on.
We'll just carry on with that anyway.
Iyvak, you're just taking a leisurely stroll up, down this river. You know you've got a smuggling mission to do, but you're quite content where you are.
I believe I've done my job, you know, I've got the crew together. So,
However, as you think that, you realise that you've not actually told them exactly where this slat is.
that is true.
Rag, we're up to you.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
Section along this again, same
Yep.
area. And over if I can see over or through whatever, under.
Yeah. So yeah, you continue traipsing down, and at this point, pretty much all of the trees are quiet. The only thing that you occasionally hear is the occasional as you step on a dandelion or another plant of some sort. But you have now reached the very edge. The roar of the waterfall is all encompassing, and you are literally stood in front of the waterfall, in front of the drop.
Okay.
Brilliant. I tell you what, I'll bring out my infinity rope. We wrap it around the cargo. We lower it down. That's what I suggest.
Yeah, good plan. Should we wait for but it's going to be a while.
Well,
I'm going to be all night.
Let's just do it.
I was gonna say, Rag, should I let you down first? So you're at the bottom. So you can
Can I see what the drop is here? Did you say it was 10 feet, 20 feet?
Roll me a perception for that, please. Because
11.
again, this is pretty much pitch black at this point. You look over and you can't actually see the bottom, but you can hear the water hitting, and you would guess anywhere between 15 and 20 foot.
Drop that in it. Yep. Lower me down.
Yeah, that's fine. So I just bring out the infinity rope and I just pull out as much as I can out of it, and then I just throw it down, and I sit on the actual ball.
It keeps on unwrapping and unwrapping, unwrapping and unwrapping and unwrapping as it drops down, but then it hits the bottom, and then it just kind of stops.
Yeah, brilliant. And now I'm just gonna hold this ball into place, and so it's just literally just stuck into the ground.
Okay.
I just tend to brag and just go, "Yep, you can go."
Okay. I'll step over very.
Sorry, at this point, it wouldn't be Rag that's going down, it would be back to Iyvak, I believe.
Yeah.
If you've just taken your action for that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, back to you guys.
Yeah, Iyvak, you can see in the very distance that Rag and Gregor have pretty much stopped at what you assume is the edge of the waterfall. You can see that Gregor has sat down, but other than that, you can't really tell. JB, we're back up to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab onto that rope, lay flat across this. What is this? Is it not mountain, cliff?
It's a cliff, yeah. So to the side of you where the river is a waterfall, but where you actually are is pretty much just a cliff.
Yeah, so I'm going to tie it around my waist, and then I'm going to lay down on the top of the cliff and slowly, push your way down as you do.
Okay.
Dangle my legs over first, and then grab onto the rope, slowly pull me way down. Have you got this, Gregor?
I've got it.
You sure?
Okay. Rag, I need you to roll me athletics, and Gregor, I need you to roll me just a straight up strength check, please.
9.
10.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I know it doesn't feel like you've got this.
How much do you weigh, Rag?
You say this, Rag, as you're kind of trying to lower yourself down. Your foot slips on a rock and you slip downwards slightly. As this happens, Gregor, you kind of like you feel the jerk forward and you let go of the rope.
Oh.
I quickly just grab it again.
Rag, were you going to say something?
I was, but if you allow him to do that, then I won't.
I will allow it on a dex check. Or a dex save, sorry.
Can I still do my thing if he fails?
Am I doing the next?
Can, yes. Dex save, yes.
That's pretty good. Dex. 19.
So yeah, Gregor, the rope slips out of your hands, but you straight away you realise and you just kind of and grab it again. Rag, you feel like a quick jerk as you're just like pulled back up. You're kind of like dangling in midair, just kind of like turning really slowly in midair.
Jump, roll myself back over to the rock.
Yeah. You kind of like
get my foot in and carry on climbing down.
roll me another athletics, and Gregor, roll me another strength, please, as Rag's kind of like still descending down this cliff face.
8.
Okay.
What was mine again?
Yours is strength, please.
Yeah, I've easily got it. 23.
So, Gregor, yeah, this time you're just slowly spooning down the rope, like quite casually, quite happily. Rag, as you kind of like reach back onto the cliff, you kind of start scrabbling back down again. And once again, almost on that exact same place, your foot slips and you like smack your head forward. You don't take any damage, but now you're just kind of like suspended in midair, just kind of like turning really slowly.
Move myself back over. I'm not
At
one
this-
trying.
At this, as you're kind of like swinging yourself back, because Gregor is anchoring you, we'll go back to Iyvak.
Okay. Then up to you guys. Okay.
Yes, Iyvak, you can kind of now just see like Gregor just kind of sat like almost over the waterfall, like hunched over something. You're getting there, but you're still a little distance away from him. So yeah, back to Gregor and Rag. Rag, what are you doing? Sorry, you're still trying to
Scrambling down
descend.
the feature still, yeah.
You're almost there. You're over halfway there, you'd expect at this point. If you want to continue scrabbling down, that would be.
I won't scrabble
athletics.
down then. I'll just let go of the rope as you do and let it go through your fingers and catch it in about 8 feet or something.
Roll me a dex then for that, please. Just a dex check for this one.
7. It's going down by 1.
Let me just check something.
Oh, I could feel that dice.
I just need to see what this classes as. Okay, yeah, like I said, you were around about I don't need that. You were around about halfway there, so around about 10 or 11 feet. You kind of like push backwards and let go of the rope, and you try and grab it as you kind of drop back down. However, you're unable to. The rope kind of just passes through your hands. So you drop the remaining 10 feet. You smack onto the bottom of the cliff essentially, with quite a heavy thud, and you take 6 points of falling damage.
Yeah. Well,
It just kind of lands straight under your ass, and you feel the entire shock of it reverberate, mainly because you've just dropped on stone.
that's life. I'll just give a jolt to the rope to let him know that I'm done with it.
Yeah, Gregor, you kind of just see Rag just drop down and then just start tugging the rope.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're down there now, aren't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, Rag, do you want to move yourself down to the bottom? Okay, Gregor, we're up to you then. You're now at the top of the cliff with the crate.
Alright, as he's dropped that down, what I'm going to do is kind of pick up my side of the crate and shove the rope underneath it.
Okay.
And then... yeah, and then I'm going to wrap it round.
Roll me a sleight of hand then to wrap it around properly.
Natural one!
I'm going to do this fairly. As you're wrapping it around, you manage the first loop, and you kind of like try and pull down. As you pull down, you hit it backwards. The crate is now going over the edge of the cliff. Rag, you look up and you see this crate just kind of like suspended for a split second over the edge of the cliff before coming down.
Right, can I quickly grab the rope? Have I still got the rope in my hands?
You do, but the rope isn't attached to the crate.
Oh, I thought I did a loop.
You did, but then when you hit it kind of like, say like the loop is around one side of the crate. When you hit the crate, you pushed it through the loop.
Yeah, I got nothing, man.
I'll let Rag have a reaction for this.
Can I... It's just hanging over the edge.
No,
It's hanging over the edge. It's going to drop in a split second. You look up as you see Gregor kind of like hit it over the edge of the cliff. It is pretty much falling at this point.
Okay, I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. I would like to try and cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And propel the hand forward just to hit the crate to knock it back over to Greg's side.
Okay, so tell me what Mage Hand does basically then.
So it's a spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The range is 30 feet, so I presume a 20-foot drop and it's hanging over.
Yeah, it's in range.
The hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, which is what I'm going off.
Yeah.
Open an unlocked door or container, store or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. You can move that hand up to 30 feet each time you use it, but it can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to allow this.
Oh.
Okay.
So, yeah, Rag, you see this crate starting to fall. You look up, and in a split second, you just kind of like push your hand forward, and suddenly a spectral hand appears, just slightly underneath where the actual crate is. You motion to push it up, and it pushes itself back over the top.
Oh.
Gregor, roll me a dex save. This crate is coming at a little bit of force.
God. 8.
Do you want to roll me a strength save as well then?
Yeah, strength save. Natural 1!
So, Gregor, you see this crate go over. Oh, that's a D20. You see this crate go over the side of the cliff, and you're just like, oh, we're fucked.
Oh god.
All of a sudden it pops back up.
It does. It just pops straight back up. You're so shocked you don't have time to move. The crate slams straight into you, like fully into your chest and into your face. You feel your nose break as this crate just cracks straight into it. It sends you sprawling backwards, and it deals you 11 points of bludgeoning damage. The crate then kind of just like, oh, actually, I need to check something here. The crate kind of lands, it smashes onto the floor, and it kind of like rocks itself over. It is now dangling over the edge onto the river.
Am I on the floor at this point?
Yeah, you're on the floor bleeding.
I'm just grabbing my nose like, ah!
Do you want to roll me a perception check as well, please?
For me.
Yeah. Actually, everyone roll me a perception check, please, including Gaz.
Okay.
Section 16.
Natural 1.
13.
Okay, so Iyvak, you can't really smell anything. You can actually smell a bit of wormwood, but you think that might be from all the trees that Rag has cut on his way down. Rag, what did you get, sorry?
Natural
A natural 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, unfortunately. You're still just kind of so amazed at managing to push it back over. You're just kind of like, yes! We're fine. Nothing is wrong. Gregor, you can smell this kind of really strong, musty, almost disgusting kind of smell, which is starting to emanate from the actual crate itself.
Right. As I'm just like, oh shit! I just get up straight away. Do I know that it's dangling off the side?
And nope, because we're back up to Iyvak.
Never mind. Gaz all these just been up, bro. Yeah.
Iyvak's just having a wonderful little time just walking through the woods.
4, 5. I'm nearly there.
I'm really not.
Did I see him with the dangly thing that's going on? Can I see? What can I actually see from there? Has he got the crate? Is he?
I'm just trying to. Whereabouts are you? Sorry, because it's
I'm
not
like,
loading up on my DM screen.
I'm like 3 squares above your avatar.
In which case, yeah, you can kind of see that. Ah, there we go. It's done it. You can see that the crate is now dangling over the edge of the actual over the river itself. Yes.
And these are 100 feet squares, are they?
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't reach it at the moment. However, now that you are within range, you can smell this really strong, musky, pungenty, disgusting smell starting to come from the crate. It's the same smell that was from the woods where Bragg had been cutting.
Oh. Got a leak.
Rag, we're up to you. You're kind of like just
still
at
no
the bottom.
Smell of this.
Roll me another perception with advantage this time, now that you've kind of calmed yourself down a little bit.
No, let me. I'm just gonna sort of not shout up. I'm just gonna say, but Gregor. Gregor,
Do I hear this?
what's happening?
Rag, roll me a performance, please, because you're trying to do this over the roar of the waterfall and stay quiet enough that you're not being detected.
29.
Gregor, you can hear this loud as day. No one else can, but Gregor can.
The box has leaked. It's leaking.
It's
Yep.
leak. It's what?
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I don't shout this out. Can I cast a spell?
If you want.
I don't want to be too loud. Where is it? I just had it then. Sending.
What does sending do?
Send is a short message of 25 words or less to a creature which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes who the sender is, if it knows you.
Yeah, so what are you sending to him?
The box is leaking.
Rag, you hear this clear as day in your mind.
No, I don't want to shout up. Are you with Iyvak?
Iyvak? No, don't.
Shit. We need to get it down here. Is the rope still around it?
Nope.
No? Where's the rope?
Go get it. 1 minute. Can I? Oh, it's not even my go, is it? It's still yours.
It's Rag's go. If you want to use your action in tandem with Rag's go, though, you can go grab the rope and stuff.
I don't want to scramble back up the rock. So, Gregor, you getting the rope?
You want me to get the rope?
Yeah, I want you to get the rope. You need to bind it shut.
I was just gonna cast mending again.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you sort that out. I'm going with that. Then I will go to. I'm going to say exactly where I am.
Okay, we're up to Gregor then.
Right, I'm gonna go over and reach for the box and then pull it just so it's not no longer dangling over the side anymore.
It kind of like, it scrapes a bit more. You can smell the smell a bit stronger now. But yeah, it's no longer dangling over the edge.
Right, can I see where the crack is, or if there is any cracks on it?
Yes, you can see basically in the bottom right-hand corner, there is like a large chunk that's been taken out.
How big
You
is
can
it?
see that it's large enough for some of the wormwood to leak out of. Because there's now wormwood at the edge of the riverbank.
Where is it? And that's a cantrip as well. Can a cantrip you cast as many times as you want?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, with this I'm gonna cast mending on it, on the box.
Unless it says a certain amount of times per day.
Oh, I didn't use it before.
No, so you're fine now. It just doesn't take any of your spell slots up.
Okay, fair enough.
But if it only says like once per day, then you can only do it once per day.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't use it.
No, you didn't use it.
Yeah, I'm going to use mending on it. This spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Yeah, so you kind of touch the crate, and you see like the corners just start to reform itself perfectly. The smell dampens a lot, but it's still slightly there. Almost as if the magical seal on it has been broken.
Shit.
Like I said, it's a lot less pungent than it was, but if someone was nearby, they could smell it.
Okay, well, after I do that, I'm going to wait for Iyvak to come.
Yeah, Iyvak, we are up to you.
Yeah, okay. Will we dish? I'm assuming I'm going to make that. Watch me roll a 1.
Oh, that's a shame.
It has been a session of this.
7. Hey!
You easily reach the edge of the waterfall as you see Gregor kind of struggling with the crate, mending it back, but you can smell a pungent smell coming from the crate now.
We got a problem, Iyvak.
Right, okay. So we got a leaky box. I'm confused, sorry, about where this crate is. Is it still on top of the cliff, or is it halfway down, or what?
It's on top of the cliff, yes. It had fallen over the edge of it, Ragnarok managed to push it back over. However, it slammed into Gregor and cracked on the edge of the river. Gregor managed to pull it back over and mend the box itself. However, there is still a slight smell coming from it.
I was going to say, can I do a bonus action and cast Cure Wounds?
On
Myself. Literally, I'm just going to push it right up against where my nose is bit broad.
I will allow this as Iyvak is running at this point, just running to where you guys are.
Great.
Yeah, you kind of press your hand against yourself and you feel your nose pop itself back into place. Iyvak, you have reached the cliff edge. What do you do now?
Well, I'm assuming my eyes aren't glowing purple at the moment.
Gregor, do you want to roll a perception and see?
Go for it. Six.
For fuck's sake. His eyes are still purple.
Oh, they are? Oh,
Yes.
Interesting. Right, okay. Can I do Shape of the Flowing River? Right. I would like to erect, or even maybe, actually, no, I'll make it simple. I just want to make a disc of water and bring it to the front of the cliff for basically Gregor to push it onto. And then I'm just going to lower it down.
So you kind of like push your hands in front of you, do a little bit of hand movements, and you see like the water itself start to condense slightly, a bit of mist starts forming around it, and you can see it start to crystallize as it forms into a platform of ice in front of Gregor.
I'll be like, Gregor, push it on. Balance. Careful.
I just look at him and go, where the heck were you?
Just enjoying the trees.
Rag, do you want to do anything? Because it's your go before Gregor's, or are you just kind of like just
I'm just
looking
waiting.
above, just waiting for them? Gregor, this platform of ice is now in front of you.
I'm just gonna slowly push the crate onto it.
Gregor's on fine.
Okay.
There's now
I
a crate on a floating ice platform.
And I am slowly but steadily, very calmly, just going to lower it onto
Onto what, sorry?
down to Rag's level.
Okay,
I'm gonna say, as I pushed it on, can I go back to my rope?
you can, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the rope and then loop it around one of the trees,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna cut a piece off and then do a knot in it. So Josh's one that's like dangling down is just there.
Okay. Okay, so like it's kind of like a separate extension that's going down. Okay, yeah, that works completely fine. Rag, as you're looking up, waiting for them, you can see this platform of ice just slowly start lowering down to you.
Guess Iyvak's there.
It continues lowering down slowly until it kind of just rests next to your feet.
And then I'm just going to dissipate the ice.
Ice just kind of like just flits and goes back into the river.
I'll say something like, remember, use your surroundings, contacts. Not contacts. Wait, something like that.
I say it's very Trotsky there, but
Yeah, what? I don't know what.
Just look at him and just shake my head.
Rag, are we back up to you at this point?
I believe so, yeah.
What? Nothing I can do but wait. I need everyone to come down.
It's the box move now. The box is down.
Box is down as well.
Come on then, come on.
Gregor, we're up to you then.
Right, I'm gonna take the infinity rope and just put it on my back. Just pull some of the thingies out and then just have it.
So
I've got like a big ball on my back.
yeah, you kind of loop it around yourself, almost like a safety kind of brace. I'm guessing you're going down the cliff face then?
Yeah, I'm going down the cliff face, holding onto the rope as I'm going down.
Roll me athletics, please, as you're scaling down this cliff face.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Despite everything that's happened, despite being hit in the face with a crate and the fact that you guys have gone pretty much almost in circles doing this at times, you kind of wrap this rope around you, tie it in a little ball, just kind of have the rope in both hands. You kind of look over your back to where the edge of the cliff is, just kind of push yourself off. You swing down about halfway down, and your feet just kind of gently push against the cliff face before you push off again. And you are now at the base of the waterfall.
Just look at Rag. That's how you do it.
Is it? Is it, Gregor?
As you're remembering the crate falling over the edge, Rag.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say nothing because he might ask if I'm lying or something.
Iyvak, we're up to you. It is now just you at the top of this cliff.
I'm trying to figure out, how do you calculate jump again if I'm 40 foot walk?
That's a good question. It is a 20-foot drop, I can tell you that much straight away.
He's just gonna jump.
Also, to be fair,
you could have just jumped up and used your feather light.
No, I was going to say, to be fair as well, Iyvak, jumping up is different from jumping down. If you're jumping up, you're like jumping and then landing. If you're jumping down, you've then got terminal velocity.
That is true. I've just got slow fall, that's the thing. I'm just wondering whether I should just leap.
It is your call on that one. I can load up slow fall for you now if you want, because you don't have your book.
It's reducing fall damage really, but I'm just wondering how much damage this. How big is this? Again?
You'd estimate about 20 feet.
Oh, right, okay. I got a rope, but it never works out when I use that.
Like I said, bear in mind your slow fall can be used to reduce any falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level. So that would be 25 feet.
Well.
Oh, right. I'm going to jump.
So yeah, either you just kind of take 1 or 2 steps and then just leap off the edge of the waterfall. The ground starts rushing towards you at great speed. I'm guessing you use your reaction for slow fall?
I do, yes.
The ground starts rushing at you at great speed. You kind of like let your mind go blank. And Rag and Gregor, you see Iyvak as he is dropping at some speed, just kind of slow down and land on the base of the waterfall with just a really gentle kind of landing.
I just turned to Rag and go, I was wrong. That's how you do it.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm quite cocky.
You're now all at the base of the waterfall.
Play, I love play.
Right, should we move then?
Let's go.
Remember, guys, if ever a cliff, I'm the man.
At this point, it's around about from the judging the moon in the sky. You would say it's well past midnight. Okay, Rag, we're up to you then.
Okay. I was going to roll to move. 2. Right, that's in. Perception again, to see what's around. It's a natural 1.
You're still amazed at Iyvak jumping off a cliff. It's all you're focusing on.
Goggle-eyed.
Gregor, we're up to you.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do a move. 4.
Yeah, go for it.
3, 4. Yeah, and I'm gonna do a perception check as well.
Yeah, go for it.
For fuck's sake. 5.
Pretty much the entirety of this lower plane is just darkness. You can't really spot anything in the dark at this point in time.
Right, I'll leave it at that then.
You guys are getting closer and closer to the edge, to where the actual ocean is. You're not really sure where you're going at this point. However, we are up to Iyvak.
Right. Well, I'm gonna roll to get to him.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it's out of it. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like just dash straight after them, and you kind of pass by them, and you're about 100 feet in front of them.
Right, I'm gonna do my perception, looking at the wall, which is 14.
Okay, where was that ingress point that you were looking at again, sorry?
What, you mean the point to get through the wall?
Yes.
It was down
So
here
it
that I was.
was it in the actual dock area itself, or was it still in the financial district?
No, it was here, and I checked the floorboards, and it was like here that I found loose boards.
See, I thought it was a gate that a fence that you checked that was loose.
No, I was stood here, and I said, I was looking down, and I was looking to see if there's any loose floorboards or anything, because I said, was there any guards, and you said there was like 2 guards here.
No, that's
in this
fair.
building.
That's fair. I will probably have to re-listen to that anyway, but that's fair. I just wanted to double check something just in case. With that 12, again, you're not really able to tell too much. You just know that you're getting closer and closer to your ingress point.
And I'm going to say that to the guys and be like, right, we're almost there, guys. Just one more little obstacle.
You said that.
Actually, yeah, sorry. I just need to roll one more thing. Everyone roll one more perception, please, as our final roll of the night.
Do I add the... Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, yeah, I do. 10.
No, for perception you do.
10.
10, 5,
18.
Might be 7.
18. 7. Okay, so Iyvak, you're saying that there's only one small little obstacle to overcome. You're kind of like facing them at this point in time, so you're not looking.
Yeah.
Gregor, what did you get again, sorry?
10.
10. You're kind of like just facing Iyvak, so you're also not paying attention. But Rag, you're looking past them both towards where the perimeter is. And as you're looking, you're noticing that there is actually 2 guard towers still, right at the very edge.
Oh. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe more than one obstacle. Either.
The Reaper, the Maelstrom, and the Thief is a Dungeons & Dragons show by RollCast. RollCast was JB as Ragnarok, Coogan as Gregor the Last, Gareth Ryan as Iyvak Mileart, and Tom Crabbe as the DM. Intro, midpoint, and outro music were provided by JB, and editing and sound mixing was done by Tom Crabbe. As usual, we'd like to thank the following for allowing us to use their music: Adrian von Ziegler, Alexander Nakarada, Kevin MacLeod, The Seventh Midnight, and Sword Coast Soundscapes. Full links to all of the tracks are in the episode description, and if you're wanting to elevate your sessions, we really recommend checking these artists out. If you want to support RollCast, then check out our socials. Follow our page at facebook.com/castthatroll. Follow and tweet at us on Twitter using the handle @castthatroll, and subscribe to our YouTube channel using the handle @castthatroll. You'll be able to get episode updates and random bits of lore and information on both Twitter and Facebook, and our YouTube page has all of our current episodes up in a visual format. Don't want to watch but still want to listen? We got your back. Look for RollCast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and all other podcast platforms. Episode 7, A Morning Panic, releases on the 8th of February. Will it be Valentine's themed? You'll have to wait and see. But no, it won't. takes a second or two, nothing happens, but then it's almost like there's a bit of I can't seriously.
Go on. I'll help you out, Tom. And then,
No, I was going to say.
gnawing, hacking, biting, burning. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you drink that drink.
I just composed myself.
If it helps, Tom, I can't see you, so I'm not watching, mate, because I'm on the map.
You could just hear me being a tree. That's great. You know, when I set out to make this campaign, I didn't think I'm going to have to be a dandelion or a tree.
I know, I sort of wish
Tree.
you were talking to the dandelion now.
Okay, sorry. Rag, once more. You cast Talk with Plants.
You there, tree.